So with that said, I actually want to talk to a couple of ladies that are in a very unique male-driven field. Let's bring on Maggie Schuster and Samantha Scully. I am very excited to have them on with us today. Can we get them on there, Sam? And let's see if and there's Miss Maggie.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Welcome on.
Hi.
We are so excited to have you.
Hey, do you mind, Kathy, if I kind of...
Go ahead. Oh, I think she's cutting out.
Oh, I was just going to say, sorry. I was going to say regarding the statistics, if you don't mind me adding to it.
Sure.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So in regards to women in business, there's actually, and I don't have the exact percentage, but in my industry, which is insurance adjusting, and also drone services, insurance adjusting, they found that women are more detail oriented, better at writing up insurance claims.
True.
So
that's
about women being
many industries.
Right.
Yes.
And then I found that with technology and everything like that, one of the things that I found as a drone operator, that we are more careful about bringing up our birds, we call them, our drones, and we're more careful about operating them. Men tend to be wanting to do things really fast and fly their drones really fast. And so there's more accidents and more mishaps. We tend to fly our drones a little bit more gingerly, and we're more gingerly on the handles of the drone. And so our actual production, our actual results of flying are a lot more.
I would be like running head on into
people.
You wouldn't. You say that. I really would. I really would. I that's why I could never do that.
Kathy, not when you have a drone that's worth $2,000 to $15,000. You wouldn't.
Well, that's so. So Samantha, yes, I want to kind of ask you too. Okay.
I just wanted to show you my drone here. That's one of them.
That's really cool. That's really cool. We're going to dive into that in just a second. But Miss Sammy, I am so excited to have you too, because your background is in staffing, like myself.
Right.
Right. You've been doing it for a hot minute.
Yes. Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your background, and then we're going to start talking about the drone piloting and all of that.
Okay. I know we don't have all day, so I'm going to keep it brief. But basically, I've been working as a consultant most of my career, and I just decided that, like you say, being in the area of the space, a lot of times there was no other women of color. And of course, they want us to do the clerical stuff. So after kind of like doing it for years, I just decided, let me help people find jobs, because people would want basically a clone of me, and I can't do that. So the best thing to do was reach out to my network, because I know, wonderful people. And so that's what I started doing, and just kind of jumped out there.
And real quick, I want to pause there. Yeah. So you reached out to your network. I want to emphasize that, because we have a lot of job seekers watching right now. Network. And we're going to talk with our next guest about cultivating your network. So stay tuned to that. But keep going, Sammy. I just wanted to harp on that.
Yeah. So basically reached out to my network and just started staffing. And I am just happy to say that it is definitely helping me during COVID-19 here.
Wonderful.
As far as drones, I'm new into that. I am preparing for my exam. So I hope to
Good luck.
I hope to educate the community and others on what basically drones are doing in their area, so they have a better understanding and they're not afraid.
And I thought that this was fascinating when I talked to you guys about this. I did not know that this was a career. So guys, you could have a whole career flying drones. That's amazing. I said that to my husband, and he goes, sold, hired, right here. I got it.
See, that's what Maggie already has a career, and I'm trying to start my career. And I just decided to start with getting taking the certification.
Right.
And going from there.
So how do you get into this, Maggie? How do you get into, if let's say one of these ladies watching goes, I want to play with drones all day too. How do you do it?
Right. First of all, I got to it. I had 14 years of insurance adjusting, and I saw the future. I saw the virtual inspections with drones, and I asked a couple of the companies I worked for, because I work on a contract basis doing adjusting estimates, and no one was agreement that this was even going to take place, and I didn't get any support. So I went out and seeked on the internet, taking classes or getting introduced to drones. And then I found out that do so much more than just insurance. And for 3 years now, I've got my license, and I've been flying, actually working with companies on problem solving, and having the drones as being one of the tools that I use to assist and help. I also am a member of Women in Drones, and I put the link on there. That's really important to network when we're talking about networking. Women in Drones is a international organization, and please, everyone that is interested, please look into it. We have actually a career contact, and what that is an actual resource where you can look at industries that are hiring for not just operators. Keep this in mind. This is just one of the tools. You could be a programmer. You could be, in logistics. You can be in management. You can be, anything like that. And we're actually got companies matching candidates with Women in Drones. So, look into it, enjoy it, because it's free for somebody to put their resume. Just so you know, the resumes and interviewing,
and
we
real quick,
actually
Maggie,
have
what's the website for that?
It's Women in Drones, and when you look into it, when you look to Women in Drones contact, and it's an actual list where you can.
Maggie, I don't know if you can hear me. We're having a lot of technical difficulties, so I'm going to ask Sammy the same question. Sammy. Hold on, Sammy's on mute for some reason. Sam, can you take yourself off mute? There you go. All right, what's the website?
The website is Women in Drones. I just put it in the chat, but womenindrones.com.
Okay, womenindrones.com. And just so y'all know, they can't see that chat.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes. Now it's popping up. We copy pasted it. So Nina's copy pasted that for us. So it's womenindrones.com. And so guys, even if you're not interested in a drone career, they're saying that there are other opportunities in there as well. But even if you are interested in a drone career, they have an amazing event coming up. Nina, if you're still able to hear us, can you put up that image that shows their events and how to find it, their class? Let's see if we get. Nina, our beloved Nina, has a meeting today, so I don't know if she'll be able to do it. But either way, they do have a class coming up. Oh, there it goes.
Yes.
So there you go, guys. You can check that out at NorthTexasUAS.com. And that will be a very valuable class to learn about the possibility of drone careers. And if you know somebody who might be interested in this would be a great opportunity. This is a really cool field that once I spoke to Maggie and Sammy, I realized, it was something really spectacular that's out there. All right, so let's move that off. There we go. All right. So I wanted to ask you guys, so you said, Sammy, you kind of wanted to get into it because it was different, but let's talk about that. So a lot of people, because you work in the staffing industry too, right? Mm-hmm. And so you see the same kind of stuff I do. A lot of people keep trying to get the same kind of job that they just had, right?
Say that again.
I said a lot of people try to get the same kind of job that they just had.
So for instance, like a programmer?
Right. We'll try to get another programmer, or a secretary will try to get another secretary job, or a customer service rep will try to get another customer service, and they don't look outside of that.
Right.
So, so let's start with, what is your advice to people about when it comes to looking into new careers?
For that, I would say, for me, I'm kind of open. So I'm saying, I would say be open. Don't just automatically think you can only do clerical or be, an engineer. An engineer could be creative if they try. Right. So go outside of yourself and do something different.
Yes. And ladies, and you know this in particular, Sammy, being a woman of color, sometimes you'll have people tell you, no, that's not a field for you.
Oh yes, definitely. For me, it's a challenge. You know, I don't give a dang. I go for what I want to do.
You sound like me. That's exactly how I am. I don't care. Whatever. I'm going to do it if I want to.
Exactly.
So how do you do that? How do you go about conquering that?
Well, the first thing I did was I did join Women in Drones. And once I joined the organization, I started being exposed to different types of people doing different things. And then I just I got involved. And then from there, here I am.
Right. And I think that is so important to remember. Again, networking, right? Use people. Join organizations that can help you go to networking events if COVID permitting. And
online,
be on LinkedIn.
Like we're doing today.
Yes, and like we're doing today. Do stuff like this. Hop on shows, give us Zoom meetings.
Yeah, one of the things that
Maggie's trying to say something.
Okay, well, Michaela, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say one of the things that keeps popping into my mind right now is that one of the myths that continuously popped up on Google when I would search myths about women in business is that women lack confidence. And I'm just sitting there listening to both Maggie and listening to Sammy, listening to you, Catherine, and thinking about myself and my mother and my aunts and everyone that I know. I don't see the statistics there. I really don't. And you're right, Sammy and Maggie, both. There are a lot of challenges in branching out and trying something new. It doesn't mean that it can't be done.
Right. 100%.
Can I add to that, Kathy? I just wanted to say that I think sometimes women are their worst enemies, their own worst enemies. Yeah. Sometimes I think that we think that we're only filling a quota. In pilots, there's only 4% women that are flying. And you can take it both ways. You can take the advantage of, filling a quota because now a lot of the companies require, diversity and having women on their team. And men tend to look at, oh, you're just filling a quota. You don't really have the qualifications that I have.
Right.
And it's really important that we know that we're a team member and to be able to contribute to that, because we really do contribute to a team, and that we 100%. Have different ideas, we have different perspectives, and that's really important.
And that's part of hiring true diversity too, right? So anybody who I have some recruiters watching today too. So, and hiring managers. So if you're hiring true diversity, you're looking for people with different backgrounds, with different skill sets, with different personalities. That's what you're looking for. That's what hiring true diversity means.
Right.
Get rid of the wrapping paper, right? Get rid of all the stuff that you see physically, and look at who that person is and what they could potentially bring to the table. Yeah, 100%.
If you don't mind, this actually reminds me of when I'm one of the places I'm working with right now in my internship is a private practice. And when I joined them, my theory for counseling is entirely different from theirs. They do cognitive based, and I'm very experiential. And so I was talking to them and I was like, I really don't know if I'm a good fit for you guys. I'm very experiential. And they said, Michaela, we need that because we don't have that already. And so that really up to this understanding of you need to have an eclectic team to really bring the wholeness to what you're giving others, basically.
100%. 100%. And I have a question real quick. Is anybody else seeing Michaela as a strobe light, or is that just me? I'm getting this blink.
I don't see that.
How exciting. Having a rave?
She's just trying to give me a seizure. That's okay. We'll just
I'm just raving over here.
So, and you know what, though, on that note, though, and that is so true, it's diversity. And I've had teams that were mostly women working in recruiting, right? There's a lot of women and working around HR, but they were all so different. And people would say, oh, well, and hi, Candace, somebody just said hi to us. And I can tell you, it's amazing to me, the levels of diversity that come together with a bunch of different women. You have ones like me that are kind of on the more assertive, / aggressive side. You know, you have Michaela, who is very aware of the feelings and cognitive of that type of thing. You know, everybody has their own strengths, and so I think it's important for ladies, anybody really, but ladies especially, to make sure that you're letting people know I'm more than what you're looking at here. You know.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
I have everything I have all kinds of stuff going on up here, and that's what you should be looking at. Yeah, when you're looking at me professionally. And so so a lot of, there are still statistics, and I'm going to give you the exact statistics. This is from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, and as well as one of the other studies that I mentioned earlier. So only 22% of C-suite executives are women. That's gross. And what a lot of people don't realize when they're looking at disparity facts is that that's kind of where it starts. Women get promoted to base level managers. Okay, that happens all the time. And right now, women that have equal education and equal positions in the same geographic area make approximately the same amount as men. Okay, it's less than a 1% difference. It's negligible. But where you start to see those gaps is as you increase, so women are not hitting the level of power, right? Real decision making. So, but what's also interesting is that women leave jobs at the same rate as men. So it's not like women are leaving the workforce and men are staying in. And that's why it's happening. That's not it. So what are your thoughts on that, Sammy?
I think a lot of women are starting their own businesses. You know, they're starting their own things because they are fed up. Okay. You know, being left out or being overlooked when it does, trying to get to that C level. You know, as you watch some of the movies they've created in Hollywood, you know, they show how, you know, the women were looked over. And then they give it to the guy or the younger person.
Right.
So, yes.
I think that's, sorry, and I'm trying to adjust my camera. We're having some technical issues today on Career Launch Live. My apologies. But I do think that there is some of that. So you disagree with the idea that women are staying and men are staying. You're saying that you think women are actually leaving and starting their own thing.
Yes.
Okay. And I would actually have to agree with that. I want to say, even though the statistics say that women are staying in jobs just as long, how can that be when women entrepreneurs are on the uprise? That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
You know, those things are conflicting to each other, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the last thing I kind of want to ask you guys, because I'm going to be asking all of the ladies here today about this, and we're going to start with you, Maggie. What is the most ridiculous thing that somebody has said to you personally about being a woman in business? Like some ridiculous fact.
Well, I don't know if it's ridiculous, but I have a colleague who's also in the business of drones, and he has his own company along with myself. And he indicated that he couldn't hire me. He asked Maggie, he goes, I can't hire you because you're a woman. Inspections on wind compounds. You know, the things that turn around to
windmills
to
wind turbine.
Produce electricity. Yeah.
Turbines.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I'm going a blank. But there's the career opportunity to go and do aerial inspections of these wind turbines. And he told me he couldn't hire a woman because we would be on the road with men, and that would be a risk of sexual, no,
that's extremely sexist and extremely ridiculous. Yeah, no, that's extremely ridiculous. You can have men having sexual encounters. Oh yeah. Oh, people are real bold about it sometimes. Okay, Maggie, I'm sorry, honey. You're having technical problems again. Yeah, we're having technical problems with you again. It's okay. We can't hear you. But Sam, what about you? What's the most ridiculous thing that you've been told?
Nothing really comes to mind because I really don't stand for it. But I mean,
That's so funny.
I can't even think of anything. I can't even make anything up.
You know what? Then let's just leave it at that. Don't stand for it. I like that. Just don't. If somebody says something stupid, like what that guy said to Maggie, and I'm sorry, I'm just going to say that's stupid. If somebody says something like that to you, or somebody says something like that, around you, laugh at them, make them feel dumb, show them how dumb what they said was, just put it on out there. And at that note, I want to thank you both very much for joining us today.
Thank you both.
Again, everybody, if you are interested in a drone career, I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right, Nina, let's take them out. There we go. If you're interested in a drone career, definitely go check them out. Womenandrones.com. You'll see the link in the comments. It's a really cool career option.
So cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go fly a drone for a living. You're just playing with this thingy all day. I'm sure it's more complicated than that, but in my mind, that's all you're doing.